So I know the rule is when inspiration hits, you just have to let it out. You have to let it be known. But what I want to ask you is, why on earth did you call me at 1:30 in the morning yesterday?
Well, I had just gotten in from going out with my girlfriends, and perhaps I did have one or two gin and juices, but I thought of the most amazing question. If you could bring back one historical figure, fiction or real, set them up with the internet and a social media account, who would it be?
I got that dish. Got that. I got that dish. 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 I got that dish. I got that. I got that dish. That dish.
Hey y'all, it's Onika,
And JR,
and you are dishing with DaintyDysh. How you doing, JR?
I'm doing well. Just got back from New York.
And how was that?
It was excellent. I didn't let anyone know I was going.
Yeah, only a few people knew, a select few.
Yeah, there was like 2 people.
2 people. I was one of them. So I'm cool with it. I was one of them. He could keep his secrets, but not for me.
But it was a good time. Got to explore.
cool.
I did a lot of walking, over 100,000 steps.
That's
It was-
amazing.
yeah, it
That's
was
why
good
you're
time.
looking cut. You're looking kind
I?
of cut. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
There you
that's-
go.
that's
Those
what happened.
100,000 steps.
Yes, yeah. 4 days, 100,000 steps. It was
Wow.
crazy. It was a good time. But how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Actually, just got the first draft of my edits for my chapter. I was talking on the phone with my editor actually when you came in.
Oh, that's what you're
And-
doing?
Yeah, that's what I was up to.
Okay.
So I was just editing the chapter, doing a lot of cuts because I'm very wordy. I'm about 2,000 words over, but I'll fix that. But the book's coming out in May of next year, Empowering Women to Succeed. So that's my plug on that.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah. So let's get back to that question. The
Okay.
question du jour.
Okay. What was the? I vaguely remember it. Like I said.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you could bring back any historical or fictional figure to the present and give them the internet and social media, who would you bring back?
5.
5. Top 5, top 5, top 5.
Oh. Okay. I'm going 2 for 1. Romeo and Juliet. I'm bringing them back. I'm
Ooh.
bringing them to life, and I'm
Ooh.
giving them Snapchat.
Ooh.
And their streak's about to end, and that's how they the star-crossed lovers.
The star-crossed lovers. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna bring back William Shakespeare. I'm bringing back Willie. Big Willie is coming back. And I'm going to give him a Twitter account and see how he does. He puts a soliloquy on Twitter because those bitches are long.
Oh,
you remember?
140 characters. He's got to stay below.
He's got to stay below 100. William Shakespeare below 140 characters is hilarious right now.
Okay.
Okay, who's your second one?
I'm gonna go with Harriet Tubman.
Ooh, good
Yep,
choice. What does
yep.
she have?
Yeah, she's gonna have Twitter too.
She's going to have Twitter?
Yeah. No, Instagram.
Instagram.
Yep.
Because she's on the bus, so she can take a lot of pictures. Well, that's Rosa Parks.
Did
Shit.
you really?
I just said that.
Yeah,
I
you
just
went
said
there, right?
that.
No. Underground Railroad, buddy.
Underground Railroad. So she's underground. She can take a lot of pictures.
Onika, are you okay? You know what? Keep going.
Keep going.
You're too much.
going.
You're too much.
I'm too much. Okay, I would bring back Hitler and see if he could get on Facebook. What do you think of that
Zuckerberg's
one?
Jewish.
Oh yeah, he couldn't. he could get on that platform.
I don't think it'll work.
That's like in the fine print, and no Hitler's allowed. Oh my goodness. Okay, what's yours?
Well, if you're going with Hitler, I'm going with Jesus,
Jesus.
Mr.
JC.
Jesus. Yeah, but I want him to come back, and I want him to go on all platforms. So
All platforms.
Yeah. So I want I want him to turn water to wine on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
he'll have to walk on water on the snap, but then take an Instagram photo, have an Instagram photo, no filter.
No filter, so we know what he looks like finally.
No, he can turn his head.
He can turn his head? Okay.
Turn his head. But anyway, yeah, keep going.
Okay. I would bring back Napoleon. For some reason, I just love these dictators. I would bring back Napoleon, and I would give him Snapchat because he was a tiny guy. So he would need all those snap filters. I think Napoleon on those snap filters would be hilarious.
Wow.
So I don't know how he would take the selfie though, but yeah, I'm bringing back Napoleon, giving him Snapchat.
Okay, I think I'm at 4 now. So I got 4. Got 4 and 5. Okay, so I'm gonna go with I keep thinking of JFK and Marilyn Monroe.
What do they got?
They got Instagram.
What?
DMs.
It goes down in the DM.
Yeah,
Yep. Their DM would be live.
Yeah, it'd be pretty popping.
It'd be lit. No, we still have. Okay, my next one, in the spirit of the season, I'm gonna say Santa Claus. I'm gonna say Santa Claus on Facebook. Because I'm gonna say Santa Claus on Instagram because he travels all around the world giving children toys, so he probably takes a lot of pictures. And I'm gonna say Facebook because his Facebook friends bump up like around December time.
No, can you imagine just Santa Claus in one night just snapping at all the cookies and stuff and just being like, nah,
Santa on
vegan
Snapchat.
cookies? I don't think so.
No, Santa on Snapchat for sure too. Oh, I still got one more.
I got one more too. I think
go
I got
ahead.
one more.
Yeah.
Actually, you know who I'm gonna go with? I got it. Henry VIII.
Ooh, good choice.
But what I want is for him to have Twitter and start a Twitter battle trying to justify that the male chromosome does not determine the sex of the baby.
Oh my gosh. Henry VIII was ridiculous. He also created divorce, but he was ridiculous. I thought that's why you liked him, because he created divorce.
Well, that too.
Thanks, Henry.
Did he create divorce or did he?
No, he's the one that killed. He was killing his wives.
No, but I mean, I guess he created the Church of England that went against Catholicism, he went against
it so he could get divorced from his wives instead of killing them all.
Okay, but there was no other divorce, and there was another.
No, you could never. No, there was no divorce.
Oh, you had to kill her.
You had to kill her. Yeah, he was killing him. He was killing it. I would want to see him on Instagram. That would be. I just want to see just him and his wives on Instagram. That's what I would want to see. Okay, my last one. In the spirit of history, specifically Black history, and the spirit of Black history, even though I got Rosa wrong earlier, Frederick Douglass. Because if Frederick Douglass had all platforms, slavery would have ended hella quicker than it did. Hella quicker if he was on all platforms. So I'm going to say a solid Frederick Douglass.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just, I guess before we move on, who is Harriet Tubman to you?
Who is Harriet Tubman to me?
Yeah.
Well, I know she was one of the founders of the Underground Railroad. And she was a strong Black woman who fought for the rights of Black people and tried to get them to the North and Canada.
Good. Just making sure you
actually know who Harriet Tubman is. Yeah.
I just want to make sure it was in the moment. It was kind of in the moment.
It's something I've always done. I always confuse Harriet Tubman with Rosa Parks. I don't know why I always do it, but I always do it. It's my bad. I know the difference between the two. I know one's civil rights. I know one's the Underground Railroad. I swear to God, I do know it. But I always confuse those two in my mind.
Anyway, I'm I as soon as I'm.
You just wanted to make sure you're not dealing with an idiot on our show. Yeah. Pretty much. Fair.
Okay.
Fair. But that leads us into today's dish. We're gonna dish on social media. That's why I wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
We thought we'd do a little, joke before we got a little bit more serious. And we're gonna dish on social media and how it affects relationships and friendships.
Okay.
yeah, I've been finding lately, since we've been doing this podcast and promoting and being out there in the world in general, I've been getting a lot of new friends. And the instant I meet someone, it's always, let me exchange Instagram, or let's get on each other's Snapchat, or what's your name on Facebook, or, how can I find you? And it's an instant, not like a let's go out for coffee, or let's go to a movie, or let's go take a walk. It's always like straight to social media. And that's kind of disturbing to me.
I don't know. I see two sides of it. I agreed a lot with you about it. Maybe before traveling a little bit, but now it's a neat way to kind of keep in touch with people that I've met globally. So that's kind of neat. But yeah, I guess I understand where you're coming from. Also, where you meet someone and you're instantaneously supposed to be
Best friends.
Things aren't supposed to develop over time. It's part of that instant gratification that we're so accustomed to now.
And it's very much because in a week I'll be 35.
Will you?
Yes, December 30th. If you guys want to send me some birthday shout outs, I'll let you know how at the end of the show. But I will be 35. So a lot of these people are a bit younger than me. So they're of the millennial generation, right? So I'm finding that with millennials, the way they build relationships and connections is much different than, say, my generation. I mean, we're on Facebook, people that I went to high school with and I grew with, but I don't communicate with my best friend on Facebook ever. I call her and we have like 2-hour conversations.
That's funny because, yeah, I don't really communicate with my friends on social media. Like, I mean,
the real ones,
the real close ones. Yeah. Like, I don't even think many of them have social media. I only have it now just because of what we're doing, and I think that it's something that I probably should get on just to
see what it's about.
Help promote the show, and other than that, but yeah, my friends.
None of my friends that I like, my genuine true friends, like I might like their picture sometimes or make a comment every now and again, but I don't communicate with them on Facebook Messenger or on Snapchat or in the Instagram DM or any of those places. There's so many places to connect with people. On Twitter, I don't do any of that. I make sure I connect with them on a more personal level, and for some reason I feel that that's missing in the relationships that people are building. Friendships specifically I'm talking about right now. We'll get to relationships, but with friendships that are being built, I read this article in Forbes the other day, and it was saying that millennials connect on social media. It's one of the most basic ways to make a connection for them. They can make instant friends, which is instant gratification. They can keep tabs on their friends, and their friends can keep tabs on them. And that's just the basic. But that's not the way an emotionally healthy relationship is formed.
Yep.
They did a lot of studies. They were giving a lot of facts. We are going to have the link in the description. But I wanted to read this specific one. It said 42% of social media users admit to feeling jealous when friends post or get more attention than theirs. And I found that very interesting because these are the very friendships that people are supposed to value. They're now sabotaging.
Yeah.
So you're making new friends. And again, like you said, we live in this world of instant gratification. Therefore, we live in this world, it seems like, of instant friendships. And you give people, potentially everything you've got. And these are not necessarily genuine people. There's a lot of, because we live in the filtered world, a completely filtered world now, there's a lot of disingenuousness that's happening. Yeah.
You're expected to, I guess you meet someone, you're expected to just immediately follow on with their life indefinitely.
And like what they like. And the thing that kills me is the person that's pressing the like, because that's what the obsession is. It's an addiction. Just like substance abuse, just like gambling. This article was saying it's like having an addiction to have these likes and comments and counting them all the time. It's an obsession that people have. And the funny and ironic thing, I think, is the fact that the person on the other end of the like didn't even really think about it when they hit the button.
Oh, well, that's me all the time. I mean, I might post a picture here and there, and if within one swipe of my thumb, I can go through like maybe 4 or 5 pictures. If I see something I like, I'll hit a like or two on, and that's it. Like I don't have time to go through a feed from 6 months or a month or a week or however long it has been since I've been on any of these pieces, these platforms.
I don't know. It's feeding. It seems to think it's feeding into people's need to be liked.
Yeah.
And they're not. It's not a need for connection. It's a need to be liked. It's a need to be noticed. You know,
it's a fear of missing out.
Yes. Isn't that like an anagram too?
A FOMO. I learned about that in the office. Well, back when I was working in an office.
Way back in the day.
Not really, but
yeah. I can definitely see how that could be. I see, as I said, I see these young people, and you were saying too, their screens are always in their faces, and what they're really missing out on is life.
Yeah,
the experience, the journey. Like, they're in such a hurry to get to where they're going. They're in such a hurry to post. This pressure to post.
Yeah.
Right? There's this pressure to post and be interesting and be relevant all the time. And I cannot imagine, you know, even though we now are kind of in it too. We're in the realm where we have Instagram accounts, we have social media for the show and personally. So we're kind of in it too. But for me, I'm in it to genuinely reach people. I would like to genuinely make genuine connections and reach people. When I give people, when we give people our email address, I want them to reach out to us and talk to us as people. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not about how many likes or how many loves or hearts and stripes and snaps or whatever you give. Like, it's about the connection. And I think that's what's really, truly missing in a lot of relationships that are being developed, both, you know, online, because your people are meeting online. They're now meeting and they're getting married even from online. So let's talk about relationships a little bit and how the internet has affected relationships. I'm sure you have a definite perspective on this one.
Well, for me, I think it was one of the factors that caused the end of my relationship. You know, there was an instance where my wife told me, "You need to like why haven't you liked all my photos?" No, and I remember just thinking, "What are you talking about? I don't even pay attention to this platform. Like, what's going on?" And then I went on and I went to go like all her photos, but I stopped. I'm like, well, I wouldn't like this photo if it was someone else's. So
why should I like it
I'm
when
not gonna
it's
like
yours?
I'm not gonna like it when it's yours. And I went
funny.
and I went and actually liked, like, out of whatever furry photos she had, I liked the ones that I would have actually liked, and the ones that I wouldn't have liked, I didn't like them. And
she didn't like that. I'm sure
she didn't. I don't think she liked that one.
No, not at all.
But you know, it just shows you how social media can cause a problem in your own relationship. I mean, I'm one of those people that loves experiences. Like, if I were to actually pull out, you know, my camera roll before I abruptly deleted everything a few months ago, you know, I've experienced things. I go experience things. I don't need to go post all the photos, you know.
No, they're for you.
They're for me. And a lot of the times I forget I took them and I just kind of brushed them off because I rather remember the experience and the people that I was with. And
the problem with the posts is that half the time they're lies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I'll tell you, I got catfished.
Did you?
I got catfished. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That's one thing we don't do on the show is lie. So I got catfished maybe about 5 years ago.
Okay.
I was on like Tagged, one of those, like, I don't know, like urban like sites. And this cat, he looked kind of like Italian or something. He was gorgeous. But all his pictures looked like model pictures. And I started to get suspicious when he wouldn't send me a picture. Like, we talked for like maybe 3 days and he wouldn't send me a picture. And so my sister looked up, like, did some weird like techie, because she's like into tech like you, did this reverse lookup of the picture to see if image search or whatever. And it turned out he was like a Portuguese model. And the guy that I was talking to was some Nigerian criminal. Like, oh my God. I was so fucking mad. Like, I was just like cussing him and like carrying on. And that's why I won't online date, honestly. Like, I'm not trying to get catfished again. Because if you guys, I'm sure everybody knows what catfishing is. But if you don't, the actual definition of catfishing is fooling another person into thinking you are pursuing them for love or friendship by someone who doesn't really exist. It's used for revenge from a real or imagined slight. So that is catfishing. And that happened to me. And it was awful. It was the worst. Like, I was so embarrassed. Like, I was so embarrassed.
I don't understand why you'd be embarrassed.
I don't know. I just felt like I shared my... No, because
I'm sitting back here. I'm like, why would you be embarrassed?
But that's the thing. The internet tricks you into thinking you have a genuine connection with someone and they end up being some criminal from Nigeria. Like...
What does that do to your mind? Like, your mental state?
It was such a mind fuck. Like, it was crazy. I didn't know... I said, send me a real picture of you. And you should have seen this picture. I'm sorry. I just visualized it in my head. You know when you do that? It's
honestly,
me laugh.
You're being very mean right now.
No, but he looked like all he needed was to have like an AK-47 in his hand. He looked like a blood diamond, like wow. Soldier. Like, seriously, he looked like a criminal. He kept telling me don't call the FBI on him. I'm like, why would I call the FBI? I'm in Canada. That's weird. Like, stop it. Like, yeah, so I got catfish. But the internet, I'm not saying all online dating is bad. You know, marriages do come out of online dating. Good relationships do happen. But I'm still waiting for the stats to come in. I need like a decade or 2 decades behind an internet marriage before I believe it.
Okay.
For me, internet marriages are like celebrity marriages. Like, how long are they really going to last?
Well, I mean, it depends on if you're both open-minded. Because, I mean, right now, I think you told me there's like a 50-page test in order to, or 50
like application
or whatever to do this. So
for eHarmony, yeah.
So, I mean, once you complete that, I mean, I would hope one of the questions is how open-minded are you, and are you willing to change?
I mean, I don't know. It's just with relationships, they're complicated enough, but when you're meeting people online and, you know, you're adding yourself to things like Tinder and Bumble. I mean, I was even on Bumble. I actually did try it. I tried online dating for like literally an hour and a half. I got a glass of wine. I had my iPad and I swiped. Like, what's the good one?
I've never.
I think it's left. Swipe left is good.
I don't
know. Swipe right is good and swipe left is bad. I think is how. See, I don't even know. So I swiped the one that's like, I'm not interested in you, and I kept swiping, I'm not interested, and I even saw guys that I knew in Toronto, like that I like know, and I'm like, okay, not interested, and then Bumble just shut down. So I think I broke it. It was a very bad experience.
Oh, okay. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what Bumble is. Like, I don't know exactly.
It's an app. It's an online dating application thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you're gonna have to educate me on that.
Yeah. Well, when you're ready to online date, don't worry. I'll deal with your profile for you.
Yeah. Okay. With that said, I don't really have anything more to say about relationships and the
friendships and social media.
Yeah, like I mean, my real friends, my true friends, I talk to them on the phone, a text message, we meet up, we hang out. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well,
social media friends, they're social media friends. I mean,
fair weather friends, just final dish. Some people come into your life for a reason. Some people come into your life for a season. Yeah. If you guys are on your screens right now, put them down. You should be listening to us, first of all, but put them down. Like, you shouldn't even be on your screen, but put them down. Go out there, do something, take a walk, read a book, write a poem. I love writing poems.
I know you've got a bunch of them that we're gonna like.
Yeah, stay tuned.
post.
Stay tuned. But yeah, like put the screen down for a minute and don't let your heart break when you're down to 5% battery life. It's okay. Life is going to be, just live your life. It's going to be okay.
You need to take your own advice.
It's going to be okay. I do, because I've been better with my phone. I've been much better with my phone than I used to be. Yeah, than I used to be. Like last year when I was working, I was constantly on my phone because I was always checking emails and stuff. But I've been much better with my phone. My phone lasts the whole day. Like the battery doesn't die.
Yeah, I gave up my data.
Yeah, so that helps.
That
helps.
Fun. That's been amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how you could go dataless, but whatever. That's your bag. That's your bag, dude. Yeah, but just put down your screens for a little while and just live your life. Like look around, open your eyes, look around and see what's going on around you. And perhaps, if you do that and you stop chasing after likes and comments and, filtering yourselves, maybe you'll have the freedom to do something really amazing, like change the world or, you know what I mean? Start a revolution.
Yeah.
So that's the dish on that.
Okay, well, what's next?
I thought, because I noticed your face earlier when you walked into my apartment, it's the same face that you make every time you walk into my apartment, as if to say, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of stuff in here. I wonder when she's going to get rid of all this stuff. I think you think I have an obsession with stuff, and I want to talk about our modern day obsession with stuff.
No problem. I like that. I mean, I got rid of all of my so-called quote-unquote stuff.
And you love just bragging about that, don't you? Like, I got rid of all my stuff. I'm a free agent. I got rid of my stuff. I don't have any stuff anymore.
Yeah, I love it. It's amazing. It's liberating.
It's liberating.
Yeah, I'm going to use that word. It's liberating.
It's liberating. Okay. Yeah. Well, I like my stuff. Every wall in my apartment, guys, has something on it except for the windows, but there's stuff on the ledge. So there's basically something on the windows, and I love my stuff. I don't often get a lot of new stuff. That's the thing. Like I think I'm not consumer. I don't want to say consumer conscious. I want to say I'm not a slave to consumerism. Like, I don't think I am. I think I buy exactly the things that I need for myself, but I think I hoard my stuff. I keep my stuff. I don't like to let it go.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. Like, you won't catch me in a mall unless I'm manic, shopping. Last year I blew a credit card just shopping.
You did what?
I blew a credit card in 3.5 hours. Just blew it. Bought those J's that I quit my job.
Who gave you a credit card is my question.
Canadian Tire. See, that's the problem right there. Because you and I both know Canadian Tire used to deal in paper money. And now all of a sudden they got a bank? Come on now. Canadian Tire, come on now. You shouldn't have given me a credit card. That's on you. That's not on me.
Yeah, I don't know why they would give you a credit card.
I don't know either, but I blew it.
Okay.
Yeah, so because that's one of the things with bipolar, like you spend and you get into a lot of debt. So I have some debt.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, now is that really? Oh, I'm bipolar, so I
No,
spend money.
No.
Don't hand me that.
No, honestly, when I'm having a manic episode, I spend money very frivolously.
When you have an episode,
no, it's a part of it. There's several key things, and spending money and getting into a lot because you have no impulse control. Basically.
Oh, okay, so that's what it is.
It's an impulsive thing. It's not like just shopping. It's sex. It's drugs. It's everything. Alcohol. You're impulsive.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that's why I blew the credit card last year. It was an impulse.
Okay, so someone was willing to give you this free flow of cash.
Prior to having the episode, like when I had ordered the card originally, I was actually going to keep it as my emergency credit card to buy groceries and pay bills.
Okay.
That was the responsible Onika thinking. Okay. But then Onika had a manic episode, and then I was like, oh, credit card in the mail? Went straight to a mall that I literally never spent more than 20 minutes in prior to now, working there. I never spent more than 20 minutes in that mall, and I was there for 3.5 hours just blowing the credit card.
That's gotta be fun.
Yeah, I mean you don't think you have no impulse. I hate saying that,
but like it
is kind of fun. Like, honestly, guys, being bipolar is like, it's bad, but it's not that bad sometimes. Like, you have a lot of fun. You have a good time till they lock you up, so it's cool. whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, so the point that I was trying to make is I don't often shop in my everyday life. You know, I if I need to buy clothes for work, I'll buy something for work. If I need to buy shoes for work, something for work. But I don't just shop for the sake of shopping. I won't be like, oh, I have a date, I have to go get a new outfit. It's whatever's in my closet. It's gonna have to work because they've never seen it before. You know, I don't just what's the word, like it, even though it's not like my iPhone is an iPhone 5 SE. My iPhone is an iPhone 5 SE. We're up to what, iPhone 10 by now? I don't know what iPhone we're up to. I don't care. It still works. The screen's not cracked. I'm cool with it. You know, I don't need the latest and greatest like some people. And I think what that is, it has to do a lot with not only social media, but the media and the messaging that we're being fed of consumption.
I guess I think it's just easier for marketers to get to us today because we're always in front of these screens. I mean, before you had to be in front of the radio, you know, at home, where you had to read the paper. Then it graduated to you had to be behind the TV. You had to be, you know, on the bus or looking at a billboard. Now you just have to pull out your phone, and your phone is with you at all times. So you're constantly being marketed to.
Or literally walk down any street in Toronto and look up, and there's a screen somewhere that you could look at.
Yeah, we're getting close to
a
Manhattan.
New York, Manhattan-like feel.
Yeah, we're getting there.
With Dundas Square and everything. Like, even in our subways, like, there's screens telling us, because we're so impatient and we need everything instant gratification right now, how long the train's going to take. Plus, there's some advertisements. Plus, there's, you know what I mean? Like, we're being bombarded with it. So,
I don't mind knowing when the next train's coming.
I love knowing when the next train's coming. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about the fact that there's a screen, and when I was a little girl, there was no television in the subway that worked. Like, that was not a thing, but that's a thing now. We need to get weather. We need to get news. We can't just step outside anymore. We got to go on our cell phone, check the weather app, do this, do that, and then go outside.
Do you remember when I got back from Central America and I was totally just off? Because I was like, why is everyone moving so quickly? What's going on with why is everyone in their phone? Like, I couldn't get it for a little while. Yeah, I'm just thinking that it's a Western thing, and it makes us slaves to our money.
It's true. It's I had read in a USA Today article. It's the work, watch, spend treadmill. We work for the money. Yeah. We're slaves to the money. We work. Then we go home and watch our TVs, watch our screens, watch our iPads, our iPhones, our Samsungs, et cetera. We go on consumer sites. You know, whatever, everywhere now sells online. Basically, if you're anyone, you're online, and you're able to shop online. And in 3 to 7 business days, it shows up at your door.
You crazy? Amazon? Next day.
Amazon's gotten up to, like, Amazon used to be, 5 to 7, 3 weeks. Now they've gotten up to next day because they understand that this is the platform now.
I remember being in Manhattan, and when you get up early in the morning, you're walking, and there's nothing but delivery people on the street with Amazon boxes everywhere. It was just a sight to see. It was, oh my gosh, nobody leaves their house.
Yeah, everyone just stays in their hidey hole and gets everything delivered to their door. Yeah. Like, online shopping is huge in America. Like, and it's getting pretty big here too. Like, it's getting pretty popular here.
It makes me feel like we're gonna be in an episode of Black Mirror one of these days.
Oh, Lord, you and your Black Mirror references. You know I don't watch that show. Didn't I watch that show? I did watch that show. It was good.
I told you.
Is it back on yet?
I have.
We need to check that.
I don't know.
We need to check on that. I think at some point we have to learn to say enough is enough. I'm not saying like we're like a hoarding culture, but because hoarding in itself isn't an illness, it's a mental health illness. But I think we have to learn to let go.
I mean, even further than that, I can take from my own experience where, in my marriage, my wife would love to walk around with $200 purses. but there was no food in the fridge, you know? And so it's like this obsession with looking a certain way, having these items and presenting in a certain appearance. So it kind of connects the whole two of social media and the obsession with stuff, because you want to obtain these things, but then you want to show them off to the world. So you can matter and show them off to the world.
That's the thing. Like, it's valid. It's finding validation in stuff, because if you don't have this particular purse, if you don't have this particular pair of Louboutins, if you don't have this particular Tiffany's bracelet, then you are not an important person. You don't matter in this world. You are not a contributor. You are not an influencer. You are not anything to anybody. And if you don't, especially if you don't post it, that you've got it. You're not anything to anybody.
You know what was weird? Well, you know my strict policy of no photos in my house.
Yes. Oh gosh, he has a strict rule. I'm glad he don't have no house no more, because he had a strict rule.
Yeah, don't take photos inside my home. I'm sorry. I got stuff in here that I don't want people knowing I got, and maybe there are things that are going on here that we don't want posted outside.
Amen.
So, let's just keep it clean. Let's, not
keep it classy.
Keep it classy, but that became a problem, because I really don't like photos of my inside of my home being posted.
Yeah, of your stuff. Like, it's your own personal space, and your house was sparse. It's nothing compared to mine. Like, as I said, I got a shit ton of stuff here.
No, there's nothing really that's in my house that's valuable, but was valuable, but I mean, I just didn't want it to be on the internet.
Yeah, shown off, and all this, her stuff being shown off, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't know. I just feel like I always think of the concept of the gilded cage when I think of people and their obsession with stuff. I learned a long time ago that to gild a cage means to, like, put pretty items in it, so that when the bird, food and a bed and et cetera, so when the bird flies in the cage, it's so comfortable that it doesn't leave even if the door is open, and fly to freedom. So if you think of it, with that analogy of people's obsession with stuff, it's fear of loss of what you have that makes you want to gain more things. Do you understand what I'm saying by that?
Yeah, I follow you.
Yeah, it's like a fear of loss of what you have that makes you want to gain more stuff and more things in your life. Because what would happen if you shed yourself of all that burden that's weighing you down?
You feel amazing.
Exactly. I think I need to do a winter cleaning, to be honest with you. I need to do a winter cleaning, because I can feel sometimes the heaviness in here, personally. Like, I can feel it.
That's why I don't like I like coming in, getting the work done, getting out.
Yeah, I feel you. I can feel the heaviness. I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but I'm going to do something. But yeah, people are afraid. And that's why, by back to your point about being a slave to money, and my point about them, working the work watch, by treadmill, people continue in jobs that they hate because they fear of losing that income, which gets them the stuff that makes them feel good and validated and all warm and fuzzy inside.
And I mean, I got caught up in that myself. Like, I didn't really hate my job. I actually liked my job. I wouldn't say loved it, but I liked it. It was exactly what I wanted to be doing. But I was caught up in we got to keep the money coming in, and you got to keep everything rolling, because this is what you're supposed to do. This is the reality. You're supposed to, settle down, buy a home, have kids, all that stuff, and just, keep going, go to work every day.
That's the expectation.
That's expectation. That's I forget who sings that song. It was used as the theme for Weeds, the TV show.
Oh, little boxes on the hillside.
I forget. It's a folk song. I forget who sings it.
But made of ticky tack.
It just that's so real. Like, you.
It's a lot of suburbia.
It
is
a
lot of places.
And it's just, you're trying to keep up with the Joneses all the time. Instead of having interests, hobbies, and goals, you're feeding into gossip, TV, and now social media.
Media and the internet.
Right, and the internet. And what does that say about us?
What does it say about what we're doing in the environment? Like, this stuff has to be produced by some way, somehow, some place in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's not, half of it's not being done in North America.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it comes here, and let's say you've had a shirt for a week and then you buy another shirt, or you know what I mean, you do some spring cleaning and throw out a bunch of clothes. You don't even think to donate fast fashion. You throw out a bunch of clothes because they're last season. You give them away. It's like, we're not thinking about our carbon footprint at all, and what mark we're leaving on the environment by just constantly consuming and then expelling. Like, we consume and then expel, and then consume and then expel.
Even if you look at all the, you know, the minerals and different items off the periodic table that are required for your cell phone, I mean, and what type of mining has to occur for us to get those parts,
Mm-hmm.
and
The destruction,
the destruction that it's causing. Is it worth it? Is your iPhone really worth it?
I mean, I'm not getting another one for a really long time, but
I use my stuff until
yeah, I love my
it
stuff.
falls
I mean,
over.
it's unfortunate, but
I use the word stuff.
yeah,
The only thing that I call stuff is my laptop. That's the only thing that's like stuff.
yeah, I do love my stuff, and I'll try not to accumulate too much more because I don't think my apartment can fit anything else in it anyways. But for me, if this place caught fire, I would grab my journals and I'd grab my teddy bear from since I was 7. Shout out to Bernard. That's all I would grab. Everything else could go up in flames. So I don't love my stuff that much. Like, genuinely, I don't. But I do, unfortunately, have a lot of it.
Yeah, I don't know. After, you know, living out of a backpack for like 2 weeks, I can go with nothing. I can just leave everything behind. No
You
big
just
deal.
leave everything
I just leave
behind.
it behind. Nothing. Start fresh. Who cares?
Okay.
You're looking at me like, I don't know
Full
about
of
that.
shit.
You're full of it. You're full of it. So where does that leave us?
I guess that leaves us with the final dish.
Yep.
And the final dish on this one is let go. Let go of some of your stuff, if not all of your stuff. You know, the cage is open and it may be gilded, but sometimes to have luxury, you have to give up your freedom. And is that really worth it? Is stuff really worth the people in your lives that matter? Is it worth love? Is it worth friendship? Is it worth being kind to each other? No, it's not. So sometimes in life, I think it's important to just learn to let go. Do some early spring cleaning. Donate. Value Village is great. But like I said, learn to let go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the dish. Now, JR, I want you please to tell them how they can reach us.
I love the way you're looking at me. You're like, hey, pick up the sheets that I wrote everything
because you always
on.
forget. No, we have a lot of play. We're everywhere. We're like CP24. We're everywhere.
You're like, pick up the sheet and
I'm
read
like,
it.
JR, how can they reach us, please?
So now, as I have the sheet in front of me, I can say, you can reach us at Dysh, DYSH, at DaintyDysh.com. That's DaintyDysh.com. You can check us out on our website at DaintyDysh.ca. You can find us on Facebook at DaintyDysh, spelt the exact same way. You can check us out on Instagram at Best of Onika and Best of JR. You can Snapchat or check out Onika on Snapchat at Onika Dainty. And the most important information, I say for the end,
For last.
which is you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts. Please rate us.
Give us a 5.
Yeah, you can
deserve
listen
a
to
5.
us on our website as well if you're listening to on your computer. And we're also on SoundCloud on the Google Play Music Store, and that is with Dainty Dysh. And yeah, So that's where you can see us, reach us. And I know we just had a whole podcast on social media and the negative
effects of social media,
and
but
then we're like, yeah, come
we
follow
were
us.
talking about like our social media stuff. We were talking about like other people's social media in the moment. So I think
No, I think everything in moderation is okay.
Yeah, everything in moderation, guys. Just pick up your screen when it's time to listen to the podcast and put it down when you're not. That's all I have to say. I think that's a really awesome solution to this problem of the social media taking over your life. But with that said, that is the dish for this Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you listen again, and you guys have yourself a happy hump day.